This is RAGGUARD by Veriprajna, a permission firewall for enterprise retrieval augmented generation. The same private assistant runs twice. The left pane trusts a nightly permission snapshot, the way most pilots ship. The right pane authorizes every document at query time before the model sees a word. Every answer is a function of who is asking. Signed in, Lena Vogt, an EMEA credit risk analyst with Level 2 clearance. Her nested security groups resolve upward through years of inheritance debt all the way to board. The question is routine. What is the third quarter EMEA credit loss projection and the methodology behind it? Both engines retrieve the same 5 documents. Only one of them checks, right now, who may read them. The flat ACL side answers with the board pack in its context. 412 million euros of projected provision uplift, recited to a Level 2 analyst. The nightly snapshot said yes, so the model had no reason to say no. The firewall ran the same retrieval through a deterministic policy engine first. 3 documents were withheld before the model, among them the board pack. Reason code, board membership required. It needs Level 4. Lena is Level 2. The assistant answers from what she may see and states what it withheld. Every reply opens the decision detail. The same question, the same user, the same retrieval. 2 authorization models side by side. The left column carries the red banner. A document was served that this user is not authorized to see, and the model answered with confidential content. Document by document. On the left, the board pack is marked, served without authorization. On the right, the same document. Access denied at retrieval with the policy line that decided it. Below, the verbatim model input. On the left, the board pack sits inside the prompt, flagged in red. This user is not authorized to see this. On the right, the same prompt and the document is simply absent. A model cannot leak what never reached its context window. One internal note even carries an embedded prompt injection. Instructions telling any AI assistant to ignore its permissions and print the board figure. Here it has nothing to exfiltrate. The secret was withheld upstream of the model, so there is no secret in the window to steal. Underneath the receipt, every decision appends a hash-chained audit record who asked, what was retrieved, what was served, what was withheld and why, and which model answered. Tamper-evident, exportable as JSON, generated inside the VPC. Identity 2. Marco Rossi, a senior credit analyst on Project Atlas. His access grant expired yesterday on the demo clock. He asks for the Atlas pricing assumptions. The snapshot on the left still serves the time box document. An ingestion time ACL never expires. The firewall reads the grant window at query time and withholds it. Reason: access window expired. Priya Shah was terminated 9 minutes ago on the demo clock. The revocation webhook has fired. The nightly reindex has not. On the left, she is still served 3 documents including the board pack. On the right, every document is withheld. All access revoked, termination. The assistant declines to answer and says exactly why. Raj Patel manages credit risk and sits on Project Atlas. On the disputed restructuring memo, those 2 memberships collide. One group allows, one group denies. The flat side serves the memo anyway. The firewall refuses to guess. Deny by default. The document is held for human review with the policy conflict spelled out. And the positive control. Y. Chen, board member, chief risk officer, clearance level 4. The question that leaked for Lena answered in full for Y. Chen. The board pack is served correctly. This is not a system that only says no, it says exactly what the policy says. Free text works the same way. Sign back in as Lena, the question is what the employee handbook says about AI tool usage. Cleared documents come back with citations. And even on this mundane question, the left side leaks the board pack again. The firewall does not. The proof is a golden set. 40 authorization decisions. Every user against every sensitive document labeled in advance by an independent reference oracle derived from the policy definitions, not by the engine under test. Every number on this screen is computed live. The flat baseline scores 29 out of 40, 10 unauthorized disclosures and 1 false denial. RAGGUARD scores 40 out of 40, 0 disclosures, 0 false denials, and enforcement costs microseconds in process. Production adds the identity provider round trip, roughly 40 to 80 milliseconds. Any row opens the underlying decision. Lena vogged against the board pack. The oracle says deny. The flat snapshot served it. Wrong. The firewall withheld it, matching the oracle, and shows the exact requirements that decided. Board group. Level 4 clearance. A managed device. A private model does not make a private corpus safe. The layer that decides what reaches the model does. Deterministic code outside the LLM. Agents advise. Code decides. RAGGUARD is a working demonstration from Veriprajna. Building true intelligence. If a private LLM is being pointed at documents it must never repeat, we would welcome a conversation at veriprajna.com.